Storytime part 2 of the MGM games. Okay, so in part 1, I did a bunch of rambling, but now I'm gonna get into it. Okay, so and if you hear the vacuum, it's because my housekeepers are here, but I'm gonna try to over talk it. Okay, so anyways, at this point, he tells me to fly out. Okay, cool. He tells me to book my ticket. He got me. Okay, and one thing about it, I had dated like a Detroit man before him, so I know they're good for their word. Okay, that's what they I say. Most Detroit men are good for their word. So shout out to the Detroit niggas. Okay, this is not a story to bash y'all. Y'all are actually y'all good. Y'all good. Okay. So, anyways, what do? I book my ticket, which ladies learn from me. If he wants to see you that bad, he gonna book that damn ticket. Okay. Now this situation, it didn't turn out really bad, like except until we got to the bad part. But anyways, book my ticket. I end up landing in Detroit. When I land in Detroit, he sends a truck to me. I guess he's in Canton or something like that, which is so funny because I had a girl literally DM me and say, "Hey, were you at the Lifetime Fitness in Canton? Because I remember this. I saw you guys." Yes, we were, which is so funny. But anyways, so I meet him there. At this point, it was when he had his orange Bentley truck or whatever. So I pulled up. It was him, a friend, and like security. Or I don't know if security was the friend or exactly how it was set up. But I pull up. He's like, "Hey," he gives me a hug. Immediately hands me some cash. Immediately, here's for your plane ticket. I'm like, okay, all right, thank you, whatever, okay, cool. Now, he didn't tell me how long I would be staying, but it was like, he was just like, when you pull up, I'm gonna give you the money for your ticket, we're gonna have fun, whatever, okay? Mind you guys, we had been texting for a minute, okay? We were playing like cat and mouse for a good year, okay? So, anyways, from here, he was like, I want to do 30 more minutes in the gym, then we can go. Okay, cool, no problem. So we go into the gym or whatever. He is like still, he probably doing like the last 30 minutes or whatever. He's doing his little shit. Okay, cool, whatever. So at this point, he was like, "What do you want to do tonight?" And I'm like, "I mean, this your city. Whatever you want to do, I'm down for. Let go." And I should have never motherfucker said that because I didn't mean that. Okay, mind you, at this point in my life, I hadn't been exposed to a whole bunch. Okay, and when I say exposed to a whole bunch, y'all are about to understand the way that I set this story up and let y'all know what happened. Okay, I wasn't exposed to all of that. I didn't know a lot. In my head, I was going to meet somebody I had a crush on and we was going to be dating, having fun, spending time together, whatever. But my mindset was not on, oh, I'm about to fly out here and bust it open. If I wanted to, I would, but that wasn't my initial idea of what was going on. So anyways, when it's time to leave the gym, we leave the gym. We end up stopping at his house or whatever. And he was like, "Yeah, I need to change." Okay, cool, whatever. So he ends up changing, no problem. He was like, "We're going to go to Pantheon." Pantheon is a strip club in Detroit, which I love Pantheon, okay? When I worked there, I always did good, especially on day shift, okay? Pantheon day shift is slept on, but anyways, yeah, Pantheon. So it wasn't day shift though. This was night shift. So he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go out. We're gonna have some fun, whatever." He was like, "Oh, and I'm gonna get a room in the city at the casino, so we don't gotta, I guess go out to his house, which is outside of the main city." No problem. Fine, cool, no issues. So we end up going to the strip club. Okay. At this point, I still have all my stuff with me because of the fact that we're not staying at his house. We're going to stay at this hotel in the city and then do stuff, that's around that area. Okay. Mind you, I'm not knowing exactly where I'm at. Okay. I had been to Detroit, but when I went to Detroit, it was on like some quick up the interstate shit. It wasn't, I never really stayed and enjoyed myself. So at this point, we pull up to Pantheon. When we pull up to Pantheon, he orders $1,000, okay? All the girls are coming up to me, "Hey, boo, da, da, da. Oh, you're so pretty." Yo, this is before I ever worked in a club, like a real club, a day in my life. So all the girls are like, "Oh, hey, you're so pretty." They're coming up to me, talking to me, whatever. And so I picked out two girls. He was like, "That's the type of girls you like?" And I'm like, I mean, they were just nice, Like I wasn't picking girls off of who was pretty. I was picking who was nice, and these bitches was nice to me. So he was like, no. So he ended up kicking out the girls that I picked, okay, and he ended up picking some girls on his own. So at this point, like me, I'm, the girls that he picked out, they dancing on me. One's in front of him, as you can see in the receipts, and we're just throwing money, having a good old jolly time, okay. One thing about it, it was a good time at first, okay. So at this point, he ordered like another 1,000. We're throwing the money. Okay, cool, whatever. He was like, hey, let's go to the casino, whatever. I'm about to get this room. So I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Y'all, why I tried to wax my asshole last night and there's wax stuck on my leg. Oh my God. Oh, but anyways, so from here, I'm like, yeah, we can go to the casino, no problem. This is before I knew how to gamble, okay? I didn't know how to gamble. I didn't know nothing about no tables. I did not get down at the casino the way I can now, okay? So when we get to the casino, he ends up getting a room or whatever. His friend or manager, I'm not sure who he was, he goes to the front desk, okay? He goes to the front desk, then he comes back out to the car, and he gives T the room card or whatever, and we get out the car, and we head upstairs, okay? So for me, right, I'm thinking that, the night's over, we're about to just chill, we might go to the casino, I'm not sure. But that's not how, his mind was set up. So mind y'all, I had probably been in Detroit a total of 4 hours, 5 hours max, okay? We ain't even went to motherfucking dinner, okay? We go upstairs. The room is nice as fuck, okay? It's one of, like, the really cute suites or whatever. I go in there. I get in the shower or whatever. He was like, hey, I'll be right back. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. He goes down. I guess he, like, confirms his valet or some shit. I'm not sure. But that's not what he was doing. What he was doing was going downstairs and letting them bitches get in a whole nother room, okay? Because he had 4 rooms, okay? I didn't know this. I know this now. But when he originally had left out the hotel and was like, oh, I'm going to go check on my car at valet, he was really going downstairs to let the rest of these hoes into these other rooms that he got, okay? So I'm in the shower, whatever. I'm just chilling. I'm, getting myself together. I had just got off a flight straight to the gym, then to the strip club. Then as soon as I got a room where I'm able to calm and relax, I'll, shower, shit, babe, whatever. Okay. So at this point, he comes back in. And when he comes back in, he, like, tries me, He, like, grab on my ass, whatever, and, start touching me, whatever. I'm like, yeah, like, I'm new to this, y'all, okay? When I say new to this, like, I'm just not expecting to pull up and bust it open, And so anyways, yeah, like I said, at this point, I'm not really, I'm not seasoned at this shit yet, y'all, okay? I don't know how this shit goes. So he comes back up. He's like, touching on me, whatever. I'm laying in bed. He's laying down, but I do have, like, some clothes on or whatever. So he tries me, and I pretty much am like, boy, I try to, like, whatever. And so I told him, I said, we ain't even been to dinner yet, right? We ain't even been to dinner yet. So with him, he like, yeah, you right, whatever. So I'm thinking shit's cool. Like, so he was like, yeah, go ahead, get dressed. We can go down to the casino. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not thinking that me not busting it open right then was an issue, okay? I'm thinking, like, you know what? He tried it, but because I said no, he respected it. You get what I'm saying? No. Y'all, he tells me he's going downstairs to get his homeboy, make sure his homeboy's good, whatever, for me to get dressed. We're going to go to the casino and have some fun. Okay, cool. So what do? Exactly that. I make sure that I'm all look cute looking, whatever. Okay, the hotel phone rings. Okay, ring, ring, ring. Hello, this is a payphone, not a play phone. Available at dollhouse.com. Hello? Yes, is Terry available? Okay. And I'm like, no, he's not. He's actually downstairs. He just left, but he'll be back shortly. Can I help you with something? They're like, yeah, you're not authorized on this room, so we're gonna need you to take your belongings, and we're gonna need to remove you from this hotel room. I'm like, what? I said, I think there's some type of miscommunication. I was like, we just checked in. I said he went downstairs to make sure his friend got his room or whatever. No, what this nigga did was go downstairs and tell the front desk there's somebody unauthorized in my room and I need them removed. Yep, ladies, they could do that. That's why you always get a hotel room in your name, okay? Now, I won't go nowhere. If it ain't in my name, I don't want it. Meet me at part 3.